Hello everyone, I am Adetunji Omotola. I grew up in the UK. In fact, I was born in the UK. I grew up in Nigeria and I've been resident in South Africa for almost 2 decades. My background is in sociology, communications, and law. I am also a qualified stockbroker and I have a certificate in Mandarin, and I'm also a wine consultant. Over the past few years, I've been speaking profoundly about Africa, especially its diaspora. And I've also developed myself. I am an alumnus of Enley Business School Executive Speaker Program, as well as a Bloomberg Media Initiative Africa alumnus. I have spoken on many platforms on radio, television, and also done a lot of work in the print area as well. The topic I'm bringing to the TED platform is Africa in the 21st century and how its diaspora can be leveraged for its development. As many of you may know, there are 100 million Africans in diaspora, and the remittances from Africans in diaspora is well over $100 billion a year. And some of those diasporans are Dr. Akinwumi Adesina of the African Development Bank, Ngozi Chimamanda Adichie, the famous author of Americana and Half of a Yellow Sun, Wale Adeyemo, the Deputy Treasury Secretary in the American Cabinet, as well as Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the Director General of the World Trade Organization. The insights I'll bring on Africans in diaspora will focus mainly around the historical pedigree, as many of
All right, as many, and that is where we're going to take it from. I'm so excited and I'm waking up to another beautiful time, which I give glory to God that give us the privilege to see a new day. It is a new day. It is a great day. It's going to be a great Saturday. This is Weekend Extra live and direct from our studio here in Waterkloof in Pretoria, South Africa. And I'm so excited to have again in the studio Barrister Adetunji Omotola in the studio with me. Thank you very much, Barrister. I'm so excited to have you back on the African Portal Radio. How are you today, sir? I can't hear you in the studio. Can you hear me? All right. I think we need to work on this network there. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. While we are still working on the network, let's quickly get him ready for this conversation. Let's go to the detail. It's going to happen in Johannesburg. Jollof War is what is going to gain momentum on the African Portal right now, right here. And I'm expecting a lot of people to connect with us to be part of this conversation while we are working on the network of our guest in the studio, Barrister Adetunji Omotola, joining us all the way from Johannesburg in our studio here in Pretoria, South Africa. Let's try it once more if we'll be able to get him on this line. How are you, sir? Can you hear me?
You're the one struggling.
Okay, I think your network is your network is a bit slow.
You're the one struggling.
Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me now? All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a lovely hour on the African Portal Radio TV International. It's Weekend Extra on the African Portal Radio TV International. Kindly share this program. Let it go viral. Barrister Omotola, can you hear me now? All right. Okay. We're still struggling with his network there. Okay, let's continue with the program while we are working on how to get him on this line. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour, Tumela, Ashe, Moloini. I celebrate every one of you. Abarisa Muchana to everyone in East Africa, in Central Africa, East Africa, North Africa, we greet every one of you. Let's hear from Barrister Omotola before we continue. Let me repeat this again. Listen to his conversation before we connect with him.
Hello, everyone. I am Adetunji Omotola. I grew up in the UK. In fact, I was born in the UK. I grew up in Nigeria, and I've been resident in South Africa for almost 2 decades. My background is in sociology, communications, and law. I am also a qualified stockbroker, and I have a certificate in Mandarin, and I'm also a wine consultant. Over the past few years, I've been speaking profoundly about Africa, especially its diaspora, and I've also developed myself. I am an alumnus of Enley Business School Executive Speaker Program, as well as a Bloomberg Media Initiative Africa alumnus. I have spoken on many platforms on radio, television, and also done a lot of work in the print area as well. The topic I'm bringing to the TED platform is Africa in the 21st century and how its diaspora can be leveraged for its development. As many of you may know, there are 100 million Africans in diaspora, and the remittances from Africans in diaspora is well over $100 billion a year. And some of those diasporans are Dr. Akinwumi Adesina of the African Development Bank, Ngozi Chimamanda Adichie, the famous author of Americana and Half of a Yellow Sun, Wale Adeyemo, the Deputy Treasury Secretary in the American Cabinet, as well as Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the Director General of the World Trade Organization. The insights I'll bring on Africans in diaspora will focus mainly around the historical pedigree, as many of.
All right, thank you very much. I celebrate everyone joining us. I really appreciate it. Barrister Adetunji, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself? You are mute. Can you kindly unmute yourself so that we can be able to? Yes, thank you very much. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Your network is kind of very slow. Yes, I can hear you. Your network is kind of very slow.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think it has to do with your network.
My network seems to. 1 second.
I am hearing you.
Let me.
I'm here. Yeah, you can switch to another network if you have another network. Yes.
Just hold on.
Okay.
I want to do something. I want to get. No, I'm going to disconnect on this phone. So
Okay.
1 second.
Okay. All right. Fine. All right. Beautiful. All right. While doing that, let's quickly go to the story of the day. Let's quickly look at what we are going to be talking about. That is Jollof War. It's going to happen, and it's happening in November. It's going to be a great time, and I'm using this time to invite everybody to go out there, go and know more about the Jollof War. And it's going to be what is going to be getting momentum on this broadcast this hour. We're going to be talking about Jollof War, what is it all about? And not only that, we'll design this around one of the great Africa that have passed on, that is King Saro-Wiwa. Why King Saro-Wiwa? We want to be celebrating his day. We want to put him on the spotlight. So the Jollof War of this year is designed around King Saro-Wiwa death and his life. So that will be one of the things that will be getting momentum on the African portal this hour. Let me quickly check my guest. Let's see if the line is better now. Are you with me, sir?
I'm actually.
Is the line better?
Backstage.
Okay.
I'm backstage.
Yes, I see you are back. You are now live and direct. Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself to the listeners at home. I know you are not new to this house. I'm not too sure what is going on with your network.
Yeah,
Is
the
kind of
line is better. Your introduction, I didn't get your question.
okay. No, what I'm
And
saying
the
is that I just
introduction, but let me just talk to you about the Jollof Wars. I believe that's what the first question is about. We originally hosted the Jollof Wars South Africa in 2021, our first one on Youth Day, June 16. And then we thought, oh, we should do another one the following year. But this time around, we've decided that we're going to do it anyway because this is the 30th anniversary of Nigeria and South Africa. September happens to be the anniversary of the memorial of Ken Saro-Wiwa, who was Nigerian military government, November 10, 1995, if you recall that. So it's quite a combination of historical matters that we've decided that we must do the Jollof Wars, but also because I think there are many restaurants that have popped up in Sabulu have now, they're doing the Jollof.
all right. I'm not too sure if your network can get better than this. If you have another line, you can switch to another line because the line is delayed. We hear you after 1 minute. We already sent message to you. So, are you with me, sir?
Should we try it? Okay, should we try it?
If you have another line, let's use another line. I think
maybe, okay, you know what I'm trying to do? Let me try and see if we can do it on the phone. We'll try with the phone, yeah?
Yeah, try with the phone. The phone will be better. Are you using the laptop?
Let me try with the phone.
Yeah, connect. Yeah, connect via the phone. The laptop, I think, is the laptop that's making it slow.
Whether it will
yes. Please do that.
Yeah,
use the laptop. Use the phone. The laptop is failing us. Yes, let's try that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay, everyone. Let's get to the business of the day as we are waiting for our guests to get a better line. Sorry about that, everyone. It is a lovely, beautiful day here in Victoria. A sunny day and also a lovely, beautiful hour. And I'm so excited to be here. Why? Because I have opportunity to be speaking to one of our very passionate about growth of Africa. And also he loved to see Africa rising. And when we are talking about Africa rising, this have a lot to do. It's all about us. It started with us, and we have to wake up to the reality of the time. The Africa needs to put it upon themselves to find the solution to the problem of Africa. Time without number in the past, we've been talking about African challenges, problem in Africa. If we can see the problem, we should be able to come up with a solution. So we are not part of the problem. We are part of the solution. And that is what African Porter is all about. Let's talk about it. Let's identify the problem. Let's find solution to the problem. Let Africa find the solution to some of the problem inwardly. We don't need to go out there to go and look for solution to the problem of Africa. Nobody's coming to solve Africa problem. Africans need to wake up and solve their problem by themselves. And that is why it is very important for African Portal to put on the spotlight people like Barrister Adetunji Omotola to talk to us, to also let us know what is the way forward. And he have a program that is coming up, which is Jollof War. This Jollof War this is not the first time. It's been coming. They've been doing it, and we've been talking about it. It's been there. And right now, it's coming up in November. So we are putting it on the spotlight and inviting every one of you. Let's come together. Let's celebrate our Jollof. Which one is the best? Nigerian Jollof or Ghana Jollof? Let's talk about that. Let's look at Africa. Let's look at the growth. Let's look at how we can use what we have as Africa to develop Africa. Let Africa leverage on what this will be better, very, very well. This is much, much, much better. So,
okay.
All right, if you can, yes, it's much, much better. Now I can hear you. If you can make it,
or do I turn it around?
You have to turn it around. If you can do that, that would be great. If you can.
So, okay, I'm trying to turn it around, but it's not turning. I don't know. Wait a minute.
It's not turning, fine. Let's use this. It's okay. In as much we can see your face, in as much we can hear your voice. No, it's okay. Let's use this like this. Yeah, it's fine. Let's use it. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. While we are still waiting for him to connect back, I think he got a better line now. We can hear him clearly, and I'm so excited about that. All right, Jollof War. I hope. Let's somebody call in. Let me open the line. Let me hear your comments about the Jollof. Which one is the best? Ghanaian Jollof or Nigerian Jollof? Which one is the best? Which one you enjoy most? And how can we make best Jollof? One of the things that unite us as a Nigerian is the Jollof. So, and one of the things that unite us in West Africa is the Jollof. So let's talk about the Jollof War, and let's put Barrister Omotola, let's put him on the spotlight right here, right now on the African Portal Radio. While we are waiting for Barrister Omotola, if you want to be part of this conversation, you can watch it on our Facebook, on the African Portal, also on our YouTube, on the African Portal, and also other social media. Go to our TikTok. You can also watch his X. We're also there. You can find us all over social media. We are there. Join the conversation right here, right now on the African Portal Radio TV International. Barrister is back, and I'm so excited about that. Okay, yeah. You can put the lights on.
Yeah, I want to. Well, right. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, I wanted to switch off the lights to see that. I think the light is right on top of me. Or are you happy?
Yeah, but it's okay. It's fine. It's okay.
You okay? All right.
Yes, I can see your face. Okay. So your face is very clear. All right.
Okay.
Thank you for your time. Really appreciate you. You are not new to this house. I'm just talking about the Jollof War. It's not the first time it's been happening. You've been advocate for it. You've been talking about it. As a matter of fact, I love your passion about it. And some people are saying that one of the things that unites us as a Nigerian is Jollof. And also in West Africa as well. Some people say Ghanaian Jollof is the best. Some people say Nigeria is the best. Some people say no. If you go far up Nigeria, if you go to Cameroon, they also make best and lovely Jollof. But let's talk about Jollof War. What is the idea behind it? Why that's at this time?
Okay, first of all, look, you know, there's this debate or whatever, fights, controversy about who makes the best jollof rice. And for the past few years, I think for almost a decade, in the US, in the United States, and I think in Canada, they've been having a Jollof War event. So, in fact, there's a friend of mine who is based in Washington, and he's in the media.
and he's always involved in the Jollof events in America. So I thought to myself, since I love African food and I love Jollof rice and I love the competitions, I might as well also organize a Jollof War event in South Africa, especially because the growth of Nigerian food the last decade, there's been a rise of Nigerian restaurants. So I decided to jump in 2021, and we hosted the first one on Youth Day at Karibu Wote, and it was very successful. But a Ghanaian came first and a Ghanaian came second. I think a Nigerian came third, and the prizes were sponsored by MTN. So we thought then that we'd be doing it every year, but only to find out that it's not that easy to organize a Jollof War every year. So this year, we decided that let's take some historical milestones and bring it to the Jollof War. So this year marks 30 years of South Africa-Nigeria relationship. It's also 30 years of democracy in South Africa, 30 years of democracy, 1994, Mandela was sworn in, and also it will be taking place on the 29th anniversary of the death of Ken Saro-Wiwa. Ken Saro-Wiwa was a playwright and activist, environmental activist that was killed by the Nigerian military government in 1995. So we want to also remember what it stood for, especially now that people are talking about climate change. And if you remember, he was the founder of the movement for the survival of the Ogoni people, whose livelihood had been cut short because of the oil spillage in the Ogoni land, and they can't even feed or farm. They can't fish or farm. So we're not only celebrating Jollof, but to remember one of our great African heroes who lost his life because he was fighting for his people's emancipation. So that's what the Jollof Wars is about. A healthy competition between Africans, and we don't really mind whether South African, Malawian, so long as you can cook Jollof, because there's no law that says that only Nigerians or Ghanaians can cook Jollof. So anybody that can cook Jollof, even a German, they should come and join us.
Wow, you know what? While you are talking about this, I'm now remembering that the Jollof half level. There are some Jollof. Remember, there is a Jollof we also cook when we are in the university, which we call concussion. It's also like Jollof, but it's more quicker than the normal Jollof. It doesn't have all the ingredients. All right, so if you can cook Jollof, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the kind of Jollof you can cook. In as much you know that you can cook Jollof. Meet us. It's coming again. It's this November, and it's going to be a great time. Barista, let's take it this way. What time? Which day? Where is the venue?
Okay, so I must get this correctly because it's a very long address, but we're doing it on the 10th of November. So it's on a Sunday. And the reason why we chose Sunday is that people are more relaxed on a Sunday. Saturday, people are running around. At least we know that Sunday, people, those who go to church, they should be out by early afternoon. But we're starting at 12. We're going to finish at about 5 o'clock. It's going to be at the Bread Box Bakery Studios. It's going to be at the Bread Box. And it's in Midrand at a place called the Carlswald Decor Center, the Carswell Decor Center in Midrand, and is on corner Harry Galau and 5th Street in a place called Halfway Gardens in Midrand. So 10th of November, 12 o'clock at the Bread Box Bakery Studios in Midrand at the Carswell Decor Center.
All right, everyone. All the road leads to Midrand on the 10th of November. Let's meet there. It's going to be a great time. Jollof War. Have you ever tasted Jollof before? And another thing that is gaining momentum now, I do a research about let's say 1 year ago. And I realized that more Africans are buying Nigerian food. And I visited many Nigerian restaurants. And the story is that there are more Africans in Nigerian restaurants, and the cuisine, the one of the food they order for is the jollof. That more people are demanding for jollof. That means jollof is gaining momentum in our continent, and that is our brand. That is our brand, and I'm so excited about Jollof War. But let's talk about the reason why you connect this with King Saro-Wiwa. What make you think that we should do this to remember King Saro-Wiwa?
First of all, look, for us, we believe that any event we want to do as Africans, that we must link it to a date in our history. So, for example, Nigeria, we have October 1st, May 29th, June 1st, June 12th, January 15th. In South Africa, they have April 27th, June 16th, December 16th, and March 21. And the reason why it's important to do so is that when you do an event and you link it to a date in your history, it helps you to always remember the event. You know, it comes naturally. So if you do an event on October 1st, you always remember that it's Nigeria's Independence Day. So that's the first leg. We wanted to ensure that we put it on a date, because the one we did 3 years ago, we did it on Youth Day. I remember Youth Day was to remember the young people that died, the students that died in June 1976, that gave their lives because they were fighting against Bantu education, inferior education. So for us, that was the first important. But secondly, we also believe that a gentleman of Ken Saro-Wiwa's stature, in fact, we remember Saro-Wiwa every single year. So Saro-Wiwa was born on 10th of October, but he was killed on 10th of November, exactly a month after his 54th birthday. So we believe that Saro-Wiwa, a man who was nominated for the Nobel, a man who was a success story in the media, in writing, who wrote many books. If you remember Soza Boy, that was written in rotten English. He also set up a movement for the support, for the survival of the Ogoni people, for which he paid the ultimate price, along with 8 others. And if you remember, that it was because he was killed that Nigeria was sacked from the Commonwealth. In fact, President Mandela led that movement to get Nigeria sacked from the Commonwealth. That was because of the killing of Ken Saro-Wiwa. So whilst we appreciate and promote Jollof, we must also tie it to a cause that has relevance and that is very meaningful, even as of today, because now we have a situation where so many people's human rights are being trampled upon. So that is the reason why we've linked Saro-Wiwa to Jollof. And of course, I'm sure Saro-Wiwa, if he were alive, he would have endorsed that his name is linked to Jollof. He'll be very happy. And I'm sure the family would not be sad that we're linking Saro-Wiwa to a cooking competition that brings Africans together in South Africa. And that is why we've linked it November 10/11.
All right, thank you very much for that. All right, let's talk about how other African can be part of this. What is the arrangement? How can people join registration? How can we mobilize more Africans to be under one roof to celebrate King Saro-Wiwa and also to attend Jollof War?
Yeah, so what we are doing is in the next coming days, we're going to put out the posters and all the information about the cost of it. I mean, it's not going to be expensive because we're going to make sure we feed our guests. So when people come, they should expect a dish, a good jollof dish that we will, we hope that, one of the winners will also be able to, or the winner will be able to have their jollof, or the people who participate will be able to have their jollof beyond just the one that they will cook, that they will have evidence of their jollof maybe in coolers so that people can taste the jollof. But we will be sharing information on social media. We have a Facebook page called Jollof War South Africa. So there's that page. I think we have about 380 or thereabout followers on Facebook. We will also use the major media platforms like yourselves and other mainstream media in South Africa to reach out to the wider public. Of course, it cannot be, everybody cannot attend it because we're doing it in a studio, and the studio, only 17 people can cook. And around the studio, the sit out area will probably take maybe about 30 to 40 people. So it's not going to be a big festival per se. But what we can say is that those who can't come and those who can't cook, they will be able to see all of it. We're going to cover it. So they will be able to see it from where they're at. And they will be able to link into those people who are making the jollof. And we're opening it up to people from around the world. So we're not, because we are fully aware that there are people who are married to Ghanaians, Nigerians, and Senegalese who can also cook jollof. And there are people who are not even married to Nigerians or Ghanaians who are also able to cook jollof. In fact, there's a South African chef who is excited about competing in this competition, and he's not married to a Nigerian. So this is going to expose, if you like, it's almost like the Olympics where you see a Nigerian running for Qatar or a Kenyan running for, UK or something. So there isn't any hard and fast. There's no constitution that says, oh, you must be a Nigerian to come and cook. You must be a Ghanaian. But having said that, though, because we know that the biggest war, the Jollof War, is between Ghanaians and Nigerians, we're going to be leaning more towards Nigerians and Ghanaians to come and show us the magic. Because after all, they're the ones who tend to say, oh, we make the Jollof best. So Ghana and Nigeria seem to be at the top, and other countries then come. But there's no guarantee that a Ghanaian or a Nigerian will win it, because it's on the day. It's up to the judges to be able to say who's done the best in terms of the ingredients, and also in terms of the flavors and the taste, the aroma and the look and feel, non-stick and all of that. So that's what we those are the people we're looking for. We'll reach them, we'll reach Africans, we'll reach people.
All right, thank you very much. Because of our time, remember, we budget 30 minutes for this program, but as I'm talking to you now, we already used 33 minutes on this program. All right, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. Please watch out. It's coming up, and it's going to be a great time. 10th of November, all the road leads to Midrand, South Africa. Be there. Let's celebrate ourselves. Let's celebrate our cuisine. Let's celebrate Jollof. Jollof. It's going to be a great time. All right, sir. People are looking forward to see who are the people that you are expecting. I'm not talking about the general public now. The key people that is coming. Who are the people that you already confirmed that they are coming and they are well known in the society or in the community?
Well, look, if you, we know everyone top to bottom, but we've already gotten some doctors are coming. Some media houses are coming. In fact, there's some celebrities that want to come, even from Nigeria. But we will see how that goes. But we don't want to put anyone on the spot, because also if we mention folks and they don't turn up, then people will say, oh, we just use their name to drag people in. So, but there will be dignitaries, there will be chefs. We've got some very powerful judges, people who are food anthropologists, and chefs who have already put their hand up that they would like to judge. So the judging panel is going to be sophisticated. The attendees are people who, we're also inviting people that have a sophisticated jollof palate. So people who eat jollof regularly, who go out to spend a lot of money eating jollof, and we also going to bring some foodies, South African foodies, to come through. Some people who have written books on food and so on. So it's going to be a food and wine experience. We're also going to have some wine farms who are going to advertise, and we also be looking at people who import products from, especially food products from Nigeria and Ghana, to come and display what they have, particularly foods like your plantain chips, your kilishi, and things like, groundnut, epa, and so on, so that we can be snacking along as people are sweating in the kitchen and trying to determine who makes the best jollof. So it's going to be a robust, international, pan-African, cosmopolitan lifestyle event that promotes our own way of life through our food, especially a continental cuisine like jollof rice, which is called Chebujian. It's called Chebujian in Senegal, and it's called Benachin in Gambia.
Wow. All right, let's do this. I thank you that you don't mention the names. I intentionally put that there. And I know that you're a media person, you know the trick of this job. So you prove your professionalism there. All right, let's quickly look at the benefits. What are the benefits for people coming? What are the benefits? What is it for you in it? And what is it for people coming in this?
Okay, look, the benefit for me is very simple. I believe that we must continue, especially as folks who are from other parts of Africa, we must continue to deepen our integration into South African society. And there's no better way to do that through promoting our food, because as you know, people eat when they're happy and people eat when they're sad. Food is very vital for life. So that's the benefit. I just like to see people enjoying themselves, people coming together, social interaction. I'm a very social person. But also for those who are going to come in, I think it will give them visibility. There are many African restaurants that do good food that people don't know about, either because, they might not have the budget to be able to advertise in major platforms. But also there are people like you and I who can cook jollof very well, but they haven't had an opportunity to showcase the jollof that they're cooking every day or every weekend on Sunday. Because in fact, jollof seems to be like Sunday food in many homes. They cook either yam on Sunday or jollof rice. So it will be an opportunity for people to come through and showcase what they can do. And that's why we're not discriminating, because what also some people say is that, the guys that are cooking and selling it, sometimes they don't put all the ingredients in because it's expensive. So we'll see. So there's a school of thought that says that those who are not cooking to sell actually cook better jollof than those who are cooking to sell it, because they minimize on the ingredients. But we'll see. So that's it. So visibility for participants, brand exposure, business networking, and above all, just to be in a place where we're enjoying ourselves as Africans and networking amongst each other.
All right. What do you expect from people? Is it pay in? Is it for free? What is the arrangement between for the entrance? Is it for free for everyone?
No.
Do we need to register? Do we need to make payments?
So they're going to register. The participants are very critical, but they will pay 1,000 rand. We've decided to give a discount this time, but the exhibitors will pay 2,000 rand because they're a business, so they're coming to make money. And then the public, the attendees, will pay 500. But the early bird, if they pay before the 25th of October, they'll get a discount. So the early bird, those who pay on time, can get a discount of just over 100 rand. So 105 rand discount. So they can pay 395. So it's 395, 500, 1,000 for the participants, and 2,000 for the business people who want to come and make money on the day, because we're giving them a platform. So those are the four figures: 395, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. But the participants will pay 1,000, and the public 500.
All right. What measure are you taking to ensure that the event is both entertaining and educating or education?
Okay, well, look, entertainment, the whole idea around, when you go to a cooking competition, the bars already is very entertaining. Of course, we will have, somebody come and serenade us with music, but maybe a cappella, because we don't think we can bring a band in. The setup is not leaning towards that. But we'll have music. But there will be wine. We can do a wine tasting. We plan to do a wine tasting. Have some wine farms there so people can wet their palates. But above all, I think just the buzz around the competition and that alone. And of course, we also, another thing we do, we sing national anthems on the day. So if we have 10 countries, we're going to sing the national anthem because we think it's important to identify with the countries that are also part of the event. So South Africa's anthem will definitely go down. Nigeria, I hope. Ghana, maybe Senegal, because the last time we had the Congolese national anthem being sung, and it was such a beautiful thing, but they were singing it in French, so I didn't know what the guy was singing.
And those are one of the things that we need to attend to in Africa. We seem to sing more in other foreign language, our national anthem, than our local language, which is one of the things we need to address as well. But that is just
I think South Africa managed to get Sutu and Afrikaans into their language, into their anthem, and Zulu as well. So maybe we can learn from South Africa.
Yeah, we need to. All right, let's look at the okay. Let's look at how many different countries or region will be represented there. Do you by any chance know that?
Well, we will only be able to tell you that maybe in a couple of weeks, but if I use the last one as a guide, there were 4 countries that, the participants were from South Africa, from Ghana and Nigeria. Ghana and Nigeria were the participants, but the hosts, the restaurant we leveraged the partnership was owned by Congolese people, and there were a lot of South Africans in attendance. You will expect that because there are more South Africans than other nationalities. So, but this one, I think we're going to get a lot more nationalities because we're opening it up. We're not tied up. We're not saying, oh, you must be a Nigerian to contest. In fact, I'm secretly hoping that a South African wins it. So that there can be another controversy.
Let's cross our fingers and see. That is very possible. I'm not doubting that. But beside the food, what else? Cultural elements that is going to be displayed. I mean, what are the things outside the food, outside jollof rice? What are other things that is going to be displayed on that day?
Okay, so if I use the template that we used the last time, we had a book, a gentleman that came to advertise his book. So we had that. We had a beer tasting as well that we did. And as I said, we had the anthem and then we had the dinner. So we are not going to have too many side shows, because we want to concentrate on the cooking. So we're not going to have too many side events because the cooking itself takes, the cooking takes time, but we will be busy networking, tasting wine, listening to national anthems. And if we do get some folks who want to do a presentation around their books, we will be happy to have them. But we're not making it, it's not like an entertainment, variety show. It's a cooking competition.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that information. And a lot of people are connecting. A lot of people are joining us. It's gaining momentum. Thank you for everyone joining us. Please share. Let's meet 10 November in Midrand. It's going to be a great time. Jollof War, that is going to happen. Please be there. Let's enjoy ourselves. 1,000, then 500 for the people that is going to estimate is 2,000. So please come out. Let's do it together. Barrister Adetunji Omotola, before I let you out of my way because of your busy schedule, let's also invite other people as well, especially outside Africa, that would like to come and taste African cuisine, that would like to come and taste our jollof. Please use this time to dish out how people connect you on the social media, phone number to call, emails, and all that.
Okay, so the Jollof Wars as South Africa has a Facebook page. So Jollof Wars South Africa on Facebook, and the number to reach if you want to contact is 082-286-1000 via WhatsApp, and the email is VEINE wines@yahoo.com. So it's veinewines@yahoo.com, and those are the three platforms where you can communicate with us. So, but the most important is the Facebook page, Jollof Wars South Africa Facebook page. That is where you can communicate with us.
All right. Are you seeing this happening again next year, or is it going to be coming up maybe after 3 years again? You see it coming up again next year?
No, it might happen next year, but it will depend on what happens this time. Because I'll say this as well, it's important that folks, once they get the information, that they register immediately or they pay to attend, because that way it helps us to be able to plan immediately after this one. We can plan the one for next year. We don't want to spend too long trying to organize it. So if we can organize everything in a week or two, it helps us. Then we'll have time after this one to plan the one for next year, if you get what I mean.
I get you. I get you. All right. Honorable Omotola, let's do it this way. As you are stepping out of this program to do all that things, let's sing it, let it ring bell, let it communicate, let people know that Jollof War is a reality. It's coming up 10 November at midnight. And please be there. Let's be together. Come and enjoy African cuisine. It's no longer Nigerian cuisine, it's an African cuisine, but people are eating it more in West Africa, and also it's gaining momentum now in Zimbabwe and also in Angola. I know an Angolan lady that is also, I'm gonna send it to her as well. She also owns a restaurant whereby she's also cook jollof rice, but the Angolan one. So let's see. Yeah, the Angola side, Angola way. So let's talk about it. Come and see another different way of cooking jollof. Come and enjoy it. Let's be together on the 10th. Barrister Adetunji Omotola, you are one of Africa that is advocating for unity of Africa, development of Africa, and making sure that Africa coming together, rebranding ourselves and also promoting ourselves. In going forward, where do you see this in the next coming 10 years? Do you see this as something that is going to be big, or if you see it as something that is just going to go to extinction?
No, look, our hope is that above just having the competition, because competition is always very good. It's like the Olympics, but it's every 4 years. What we have to do, especially for restaurants where jollof rice and other African dishes are being sold daily, we need to improve the service, the customer service. We need to improve the access to the products, because sometimes they say, oh, we don't have this, we don't have that. We also need to improve the training that the staff have, so that when people go and have this jollof rice, because that's what's going to happen. After the Jollof Wars, people want to go to a restaurant, whether it's Nigerian, Ghanaian, where can they go? Is it safe? Is the service up to scratch? You know, are people really happy to see you when you arrive at an African restaurant? You know, are they going to really warm up to you and make you feel welcome? So if we can achieve that, and then the second level is that we'd like to see jollof, inside the supermarkets like Woolworths and Pick and Pay. You know, when you go to these supermarkets, you can see lasagna, you can see pasta, you can see all these dishes that are already made that you can put in the microwave when you go home. So we would like to see that happen as well, to develop the food beyond just eating at a restaurant, but also being able to buy it in a supermarket, and you don't have to go home and cook for 1.5 hours after you've had a long day at work. You can just put it in the microwave, and 3 minutes, you're having your jollof cooked already. Everything is there. You can just add a bit of beef or chicken, and then your Bob's your uncle. So hopefully that's what we'd like to see. Not just the festival. The festival and the cooking is important, but we want to see development in terms of business entering on South African tables.
All right, Honorable Omotola, let's talk about this. And this is the practical aspect of it. I want to know, have you ever cooked jollof by yourself without anybody cook? Have you ever cooked it by yourself?
Yeah, when I was young, I used to cook it, but it wasn't the serious jollof because we didn't have ingredients, But I have cooked jollof this year, I think about 6 times. I'll send you a video of it. I think I have a video of myself cooking it. And I'm actually going to cook on Tuesday with the videographer. So he's coming to my house to film me because I'm going to be the guinea pig for the promotion. So I'm actually going to cook the jollof from scratch, and that's what we're going to use to promote it online. So yeah, I actually love cooking it. I like to burn it and have that smokiness, and I also like to have all the ingredients. But it's not easy to cook it because you need to be very focused, attentive. You can't go anywhere. You can't take a break. Some meals you can cook it and disappear. But because there's so many things to add to this one, you can't go away. You can't go and watch a TV or anything. You have to be there for that 1.5 hours when you're cooking it. So I love cooking jollof. I love cooking anyway. So cooking jollof is also good. I love cooking jollof.
All right, it's one of the it's one of the cuisine that when you are cooking it, attention to details is very, very important. If you miss one, you can miss all. All right, but I'm going to see the one you're going to cook on Tuesday. I believe it's not going to be like the one you cook in university, the concussion one. I believe it's going to be standard, professional.
Yeah, no, this one will be properly done in a proper kitchen with proper lighting and proper, there's water, everything is there. You got everything. The fridge is next to you, the sink is next to you, the microwave is next to you, the oven is there.
With tomato and onions, well cut and well prepared.
Ginger, Maggi, everything, Scotch bonnet, everything, curry, everything will be there. But I'm even talking about the fridge, the cooker, the oven, the microwave. You didn't have all those in university. You're just using a stove.
Not the one we put everything together at once. Water, rice, oil, and everything at once. You put everything together, you cover it. That is job done. All right. Okay, everyone, watch out for Tuesday. It's going to be a great time. Barrister Omotola is going to cook jollof for us, and we're going to display it as well when next we meet him. But between now and the 10th of November, I want to give you this. I didn't discuss this with you, and this is from the African Porter. I would dedicate part of my life. When I give you my time, I'll give you part of my life. If I give you money, money can finish. But I would dedicate 30 minutes of my time every Saturday, 10 o'clock, between now and the 10th November. I will be having the conversation with you, giving an update about the event coming on the 10th. That is what I'm going to do to support this program. 30 minutes of my time.
Thank you. And I wanted to also say thank you so much. And sorry to interrupt. I wanted to say a shout out to my brother and friend. I've known him for a long time, Mr. Fikayo Idowu, who works for a big bank here. He has given us a donation of 5,000 Rand towards the Jollof, towards the event. That's almost about 200 pounds. So please thank him for us online whenever you have the time. But Mr. Fikayo Idowu has given us 5,000 Rand towards it, and we're looking for more donations. because we don't have any sponsor at the moment, and we're going to do it, sponsor or no sponsor, we're going to do it. And that's why we're charging people so that, yes, if we get a sponsor, we can reduce the cost. But for now, we have no sponsor. But the only person that has given us support so far is Mr. Fikayoido, who has given us 5,000 Rand yesterday. And we're very proud and thankful that he's supported. He sees the vision and is very excited. And he says he's going to bring some of his colleagues at work who are Nigerian bankers to come and support us. So yeah, so we need support. It's a community thing. It's not my personal project. I'm just doing it because I want us to promote our way of life. And food is life.
All right. I believe this is profitable. I believe at the end of the day, you're going to make profit.
We are hoping so. As an Ijebu man, we have to factor profit in. But the critical thing for me, as I said, is if we can see jollof mix or jollof rice in the Pick and Pay and all of that, if we can get to that level, that's where the real profit will be, not from the competition, because I don't have a restaurant. So even if I make 50,000 or 10,000 or whatever, that money is not like if I own the restaurant, then I will be making the money, and I have jollof on the menu, then I know I'll be making the money. But I'm actually happy that I don't own a restaurant, so people can't say that I'm trying to promote my business. So yeah, I don't import rice. I don't do anything with rice. But I'm hoping that in the future, jollof rice can become like pizza and like sushi and like pasta in South Africa. So everywhere you go, if the same way you can order pizza or pasta or sushi, if you can order jollof as well from a non-Nigerian restaurant, from a conventional restaurant, right? Then I'm happy.
All right, Barrister Adetunji Omotola, let's put a pause here. Let's meet again next week. Same time, meet us. We're going to talk about it. Jollof War. It's going to be a great time. Come out, come and taste this beautiful cuisine from West Africa.